Good Friday evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. I got all dressed up to do a Beer 30 video, and this is Rusty 78609 near Llano, Texas on a hot Texas day. Not that hot, probably about 95 right now. But anyway, I got a good little story I'll tell you. You'll get a kick out of it. I can tell it now in all clear consciousness. Back when I was about 40 years old, about 1985, I went out on my own. I was going to get rich. I was going to become a billionaire. And because I'd been watching this fella that around town who drove around in a chauffeur-driven limousine, and he was a financial planner, and I was a CPA. And but anyway, one thing led to another, and I associated myself with him for a while. And hell, we had billboards with my picture on it, and run ads in the newspaper, you know, talking about how important or whatever I was, because I was going to be a financial planner. Well, I got my Series 6, Series 7, and Series 43, all those licenses to do brokering stuff, you know, to sell stocks, mutual funds, and variable annuities, and fixed annuities, and all that stuff, which doesn't mean a hill of beans. You don't need to care, you don't even need to know what that is. Well, I'll give you a general overview. A fixed annuity, which I sold the most of, are backed by bonds. Okay, the interest rate is fixed. Variable annuities are backed by stocks and bonds, or just stocks sometimes, and they're risky. But anyway, so this is old Rusty. I was old Cadillac man. That's what I call me, because the first thing I did when I left my job at the newspaper, I went out and bought me a Cadillac, because I figured, hell, if he's going to have if my competitor was going to have a limo, a chauffeur-driven limo, the least I could do is have a Cadillac. And I got one. I damn sure did. Maroon with a leather interior. I even had a radio phone in it. I mean, I didn't have nobody to talk to, and nobody ever called me, but I had it. You know what I mean? Because I thought you were supposed to. And but be that as it may, had me a little office in an executive complex, and had my name outside and all that stuff, and didn't have any clients. Nobody. I mean, pretty slim pickings, you know what I mean? Well, you know, there you just jump out on your own. You know, you have zero credibility, and but anyway, I did okay. I mean, I sold, fortunately, fixed annuity interest rates at that time were much better than certificates of deposit, so I sold a lot of fixed annuities and made a pretty good living doing that, and and it was amazing. I mean, you had to make calls. You had to have a plan. You know what I mean? I had none. I had no plan at all. All I know is I was going to jump out there. The world was going to come to me, and I was going to be wealthy, and that was going to be the end of the story. Well, it didn't work out. It didn't. I mean, I survived. About all I can tell you. But I could tell you a million stories about days and weeks that went by with nothing coming in, and yeah, you get a little worried. You get a little bit worried when you're watching your checking account go like this, because you got your office bills plus your rent plus car payment plus all your stuff, and yeah, it was stress times 10, and yeah, it was crazy, man. But I remember, of course, I got in with a few good local families, and once you get in with one, you kind of get the rest, and so I did okay. But let me tell you, I went to a seminar in Houston, Texas, and the guy that was giving the seminar, I want to say it was Charles Schwab. It could have been somebody else, probably was. I hate to say his name because he was just getting started, and back then people would say anything. But this individual, whoever it might have been, said, "Let me give you the definition of a financial planner." Boy, and I'm all ears. I look like Dumbo the flying elephant. And he said, a financial planner is someone who converts your assets into commissions. Pretty true. Pretty true. Now, you can get fee-based financial planners, and that's a whole different ball game. But the ones that were doing it on commission, trust me, they were selling the products that got them the most money. And I knew it. And was I guilty of it? Well, well, of course, I could market back then, mutual funds and all that stuff. And I did. If somebody requested placing some money in a mutual fund, I had these little brochures and stuff, and they could read all the stuff about it, the prospectus. And if they chose to do it, I'd place the trade for them. I got a little commission off that, but it was pennies. You ain't gonna make a living like that. But it would get your foot in the door to hopefully lead to other things, and in some cases it did. And but be that as it may, man. Yeah, I went from driving that Cadillac down to damn near walking. I mean, that's a fact. That is a fact. They repossessed the Cadillac right out in the parking lot of my little building there. Fortunately, I had a friend who had an old pickup for sale, and I bought it, $1,200. And oh, it was crap, man. It was a zero. And yeah, how do you spell dignity? C-A-S-H, because if you ain't got any C-A-S-H, you don't have any D-I-G-N-I-T-Y. So anyway, I went from that maroon Cadillac. It was a maroon anyway. It was maroon and silver. It had a new paint job on it, but it was probably 15 years old, 3/4 ton. Had big old tires on the back. Yeah, it was not a economical vehicle, and it was certainly, well, it was fairly reliable though. It did start most of the time. All I can tell you in life is, guys, if you ever decide to go into business for yourself, and a lot of people have that dream, you better have a damn good plan. You got me? You better have a damn good plan, because the world ain't waiting for you. I'll tell you what's waiting for you, all your competitors out there to eat you up. Because first of all, see, I had a little niche, just carved a little piece of the market out, because at that time, 1980s, well, late 70s, early 80s, banks could not sell investment products like stocks, bonds, annuities and stuff. They couldn't do that. But in 1990 and early 90s, I think there was a bill passed that allowed them to open their doors and do that. And when they did that, I was completely out of business. Why do business with me when they could go do the same thing at their bank, which they'd been doing business with for 50 years? Yeah, I hear you. And here I am, one individual. They don't even know. Yeah, but I tried to get on with the bank to train their people to sell these products, and I didn't get past first base. Apparently I didn't look like a banker, I didn't talk like a banker, and I didn't walk like a banker, so therefore I was not a banker. And the banker system is a good old boy network. If you're a large depositor, you can get your grandson there, or your nephew on, and your niece, because they'll give them a job, okay? Because you're a big depositor. I didn't know anybody that was a big depositor, and certainly my account wasn't big enough well, it was very small, let me say that. But having said that, the gist of the video is whenever you have a dream, keep it there. Sometimes it's a good place to just leave it as a dream, because in my mind, see, I had gone to Zig Ziglar's thing, learning how to motivate people and remember names and all that crap. And oh yeah, I'd done all the motivational stuff, man. I knew I had it. I had a lot. I was going to blow the world dead. Well, what I found out was there's a lot of people out there that are blowing the world dead, and they will blow you dead because you ain't nothing but a small fish. Do big fish eat little fish? Every second of every day. So if you jump out there in the marketplace, you might want to start off small and stay there, because if you hit the radar, you get high enough where you hit their radar, you're gone, you're out. Can they do that? Hell, in a heartbeat, man. Just pass a law, you're out of business. You know what I mean? Or make you get a new license and you're out of business. But having said that, overall, it was a hell of a learning experience. Would I do it again? No. No, I remember in 1987, the market crash. I was at a football game. My ex-wife was there, and we were watching our son play football. I was in the stands with her. We were talking, but I was so hyper because I knew the market was tanking, okay, and I didn't know what else was going to go with it. And anyway, I'd go out to my car every now and then and call on my radio phone at that time and check the markets, and it wasn't good, because back then there was no internet, none of that crap. up through mid-90s. Actually, there were basically nothing, you know, and cell phones, nothing. So you know, you had to kind of dig information out best you could, either newspapers or call a broker and ask them and all that kind of crap. But it was, yeah, those were tough times. Yeah, and that '87 taught me a hell of a lesson. The people that control the market don't care about you. No. And I'm gonna make this. This is not a. Well, this is not political or religious, but I will point this out. And it's not negative. It's just a fact, in my opinion. Right now, the market is moved way up, the stock market, and a lot of people are pleased with that. I'm pleased with it too, because a lot of people have 401ks, and the market's kind of come back, and they're not cutting their wrists and jumping out windows anymore. But I tell you what, it's hard for me to. I can't figure out what it's based on. You follow me? How can the world economy draw up anywhere from 10 to 30%, depending on where you are, and these stocks are still going up? What is that valuation based on? You follow me? You know, they're not earning more, they're earning less. Their cash flow is drying up, and you know, but it's just, I don't know. Would I invest in the stock market now? I'm not going to say yet. I wouldn't dare advise people on that. Never, because I don't know what's. Right now, the trades are made by algorithms, you know, mathematical formulas. They go in and out of the market 1,000 times a second, and take a penny here, penny there, and next thing at the end of the day, they've made a few million. And but humans can't do that. No, individuals are very limited. Brokerage firms are not limited. No, or virtually unlimited. And hedge funds, what the hell is that? You know, you get into all this technical crap. And but be that as it may, for me, the only thing that I've never lost money in is land. That's it. You know, and you know, it depends. And then of course, land, it depends on where you buy it. And this is not an investment seminar. This is a Beer 30. This is a Beer 30 stock, just to give you a little history of my life. Because yeah, that was really tough times. I mean, really tough times. I'd gotten a divorce right in the middle of all that crap. Because when the money runs out, a lot of people run out. You understand what I'm saying? So here's to you. But well, of course, I had done a lot of things. You know, financial. You know, you'd think a guy that's CPA ought to be able to read and write, and I could. But you know, sometimes, you know, your dreams just overpower you. And you know, I never sat down and put a pencil to any of this stuff. I never did, not one time. I never did a budget or a pro forma statement or any of that stuff to see how this is going to work out. Nothing. Didn't do anything. Just woke up one morning and said, that's what I'm going to do. Kind of like I do now. Wake up in the morning, every day's a new day, you know. And I was the same way then, same way. But having said that, guys, it's Friday evening, June the something, 2020, and life is good. And you know, for you guys that are out there traveling on the road, I wish you the best, because I know it's kind of hit and miss on finding a place to camp. And I'm glad I'm not out there, to tell you the truth, because something's wrong, man. Something's wrong in Yoakum. You know, how long is this going to last? Well, you know, we thought it was going to be over the end of April, end of May, and now here we're into June, and things are still stretching on out. A lot of politicking going on, a lot of crappy news stories. But be that as it may, guys, just deal with it, but be positive. How do you be positive in a negative world? Easy. It's your life. It's you. You know, you just do it. That's all. You just face it. You know what I mean? You know, like me, just enjoy your beer, and you know, don't watch the news, because if you don't watch the news, it can't get in your head. You know, it can't ruin your life. But if you watch it or listen to it or read it, I feel sorry for you. You know, save your own life by turning it off. So that's another part of the video. But anyway, old Cadillac man here. Old Cadillac man. I went just like, my graph was like this. When I left my regular employment, it went like this, and then poof. Hello down there. Is that you, Rusty? Yeah, that's me. That's me down here. You know, let me tell you something. What else? If you think that you've hit the bottom, sometimes financially, ha! Get ready. There's such a thing as a false bottom. You got me? I hit the bottom one time. I said, boy, sooner it's fixing to turn now. We're fixing to turn up now. It did. It turned up the other way, like down. Man, oh man. I remember walking in Austin, Texas, or near Austin, and I was living in a little RV, cost me $75 a month, and I was singing to myself, the good times are coming. They're coming real soon. Did they? No, they didn't come real soon, but they did come, and I'm sitting here now enjoying a beer, and life's good. And I'm glad, sometimes the things you go through, I think it was Kant that said, if it doesn't kill you, you grow stronger because of it, and you do. You grow wiser. You grow cautious. You don't just jump into the swimming pool of life without a life preserver. But anyway, having said that, guys, enjoy your Friday evening. Have you a beer or pizza or whatever you enjoy, and get you some good old Gildan white t-shirts, $2 a piece, and some new bananas, and who could complain? You understand? Adios, amigos. Adios, hasta luego. Adios, bye-bye, aloha, and all that stuff. Keep your health. Stand guard at the door of your mind. You know what I mean? Do all that healthy stuff I talk about at Comment Call. Bye-bye.